Mindset is everything, a story of abundance and self-worth. Have you ever noticed that being helpful slowly turns into being the one everyone uses? This is Jo. She's the person everyone trusts, everyone leans on, everyone calls when life falls apart. But one day she realizes something's missing: herself. In this story, Jo learns how to stop abandoning herself by shifting one thing: her mindset. And by doing so, she opens herself to abundance. Jonelle was the kind of woman people remembered. She was just truly kind in a way so few people are. Jo was someone who made you feel seen just by being near. She was mostly happy. She loved her coffee. She loved live music in small venues. And she loved helping people. Maybe that was the problem. Because somehow helping stopped being something Jo did and became something everyone expected her to do. Everyone came to Jo when they needed something, and she gave and gave and gave. But giving can be a form of disappearing. One evening, she was standing in her kitchen, staring at an empty refrigerator. The shelves were bare except for mustard, half a lemon, and a jar of olives. She didn't even like olives. Her stomach growled, hungry and annoyed. She couldn't think of the last time she'd grocery shopped like a real adult. The last time she'd cooked something because she wanted it, not because it was quick. The last time she sat down and ate without scrolling through her phone, reading messages asking for another favor. She closed her fridge and leaned her forehead against the cool metal. "What am I doing?" she whispered. Her phone buzzed. "You free tonight? I really need to talk." Jo's hand hovered over the screen, already prepared to type, "Of course." That was her default setting. Of course. But this time, she felt empty, like everything had been scooped out of her while she smiled. She set the phone down without answering. Jo sat by the window. Outside, the streetlights flickered and cars rolled past. And she realized something. She was living her life like her worth had to be earned, like she only deserved rest after everyone else was okay, like her time and energy were community property. Jo was tired of being the last person on her own list. The next day, she stopped by the little corner bookstore beside her work. She wandered around until a small book caught her eye. "The Well Has a Bottom When Giving Runs Out." Jo swallowed hard, and she bought it. While she ate dinner, she opened the book and found short reflections, little truth bombs. Halfway through, she read a line that made her stop breathing for a second. "Giving from emptiness isn't kindness, it's self-abandonment." Jo stared at that sentence until it blurred. Self-abandonment. That was the word for it. Jo had been abandoning her very self. The next day, she did something that felt radical. When a coworker asked her to take on an extra task, Jo smiled and said, "I can't today." The coworker blinked. He seemed a little taken aback. "Oh, okay." And that was it. No argument, no drama. The universe didn't collapse. Jo's heart pounded, and she felt energized. Later, her phone buzzed. "Can you pick me up from the airport Friday?" Jo read it and asked herself a question she almost never asked. Do I actually want to do this? The honest answer was no. So she replied, I can't this Friday, but I hope you get home safe, and hit send. Her stomach twisted, waiting for the guilt to punish her. But instead, she felt relief. She realized that maybe guilt was just a habit, one she'd held for way too long. That night, Jo wrote a list on a piece of paper and taped it on her bathroom mirror. My needs count. My rest is not a reward. I can love people without rescuing them. No is a complete sentence. She stared at the list for a long time. Then she did something else radical. She went grocery shopping. She took her time. She bought food she actually liked: fresh bread, fruit, herbs, salmon, jasmine rice, dark chocolate. At home, she cooked with joy. She set the table like she was a welcome guest. She ate without multitasking. And when her phone buzzed, she let it buzz. Jo didn't cut anyone off. She didn't become cold or distant or mean. She just stopped treating her life like she only deserved the leftovers. Over the next few weeks, Jo stood straighter. She laughed more. She stopped apologizing for being unavailable. And the wildest part? People adjusted. Her relationships got healthier. A few faded, showing that they had been built entirely on Jo's constant yes. That stung, but it also made clear: if someone only values you when you're useful, they don't actually value you. One Saturday morning, Jo sat on her balcony with her coffee. She felt peaceful in a way she hadn't felt in years. Her phone buzzed with a message from a friend. I've been thinking, I've leaned on you a lot. Are you okay? Jo smiled and typed back, thank you for asking. I'm learning to take better care of me. I still love you. I'm just doing it differently now. She hit send and took a slow sip of coffee. It took some time, but now she knew in her heart she didn't have to earn her right to exist fully. She was already worthy. Jo shifted her mindset from scarcity to abundance, and she was finally letting life pour back into her. Like Jo, we sometimes forget ourselves and give way too much. These affirmations are to help you come back to yourself and open yourself to abundance. Unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, and repeat these silently to yourself or aloud. My needs matter. I am allowed to rest. I listen to my body and honor what it asks for. I take care of myself. I am worthy of care. I am always worthy. I choose to give from fullness. I can say no and still be a loving person. My time is valuable. I am safe when I set boundaries. I am proud of the boundaries I keep. I pause before I respond, and I choose what's best for me. I deserve relationships where care goes both ways. I receive support with an open heart. I trust myself to make healthy choices. I am allowed to change my mind. I let no be complete. I trust that the right people respect my boundaries. I choose relationships that feel safe, steady, and mutual. I am learning, growing, and getting better at caring for me every day. If this story sounds familiar, it's time to start helping yourself. Pick one small boundary that you're going to keep this week and drop a comment to share that boundary with others for some who may need a little help with ideas. Also, I've put a free gift together for you. It's called the Affirmations Starter Kit. Have you ever wanted to write your own affirmations but needed a little help? This guide will help you to write affirmations that feel true, powerful, and life changing. You can get it by clicking on the link in the description. It's my gift to you. And I'll see you next week for another set of life affirming affirmations. Be well.